Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here, and it is time to go into the Gulmer Jungle. Alright, so yeah, the enemies here are level 22, so we should be okay. Alright, we've got these panthers here. Ooh, coral pelt. Yeah, I was gonna say, they looked kind of like those corral enemies. We're already getting level ups. This is great. But Balthier just wants to keep stealing and stealing and stealing, and we need him to do some attacking too. Alright, well, everyone's level 22, so yeah, we're gonna start off by switching here. Switch to our party of Vaughn, Ash, and Penelo. Off camera, I did some upgrading to some licensing, and mainly I got some quickenings. I got the Belius summon for, or the Esper for Vaughn, mainly for abilities that were locked behind it. There wasn't too much that was super great, so I just went with Vaughn because it was something. I don't remember what it was. It might have even been like a potion lore sort of thing. Yeah, but don't worry, I didn't miss any good stuff on anyone else's boards. I don't plan on using quickenings. Quickenings, they're basically, I'd say this game's equivalent of the limit breaks. They'll do like tons of damage, and yeah, you charge them up. I don't know how they charge it. They charge up with the mist gauge. So I ended up getting a couple quickenings, mainly just to get the abilities or weapon slots that are behind those quickening points. Now each character will have 4 quickenings that they can pick, and you'll notice them on the board, on the description of the thing. You might have noticed that there's some different colors that will show up. You'll see a red dot that will indicate that it's a quickening ability. So yeah, I got a couple quickenings. I don't plan on using them. I'm not sure if I ever use them as part of my main strategy. I don't know, to me it's the amount of damage you can output for some basically button timing events is a little silly, and if you look at the damage that people like Penelo are outputting, I mean, Penelo's like practically one-shotting those small burrows with the arrow spell. That's silly. We don't need things to get even more silly with quickening, so I'm just going to be using them to get to other places on the license board. Maybe if there's something that I feel that I have to use a quickening to beat and there's no other strategy, then I might resort to that, but I also might just completely forget that I even have them, which that one's more likely. Also, I gave the golden amulets, the things that double our AP, to Balthier and Ash. Balthier, it turns out, has a lot more immediate things that I want to get. Like, he's got that whole, basically, straight line up on his one side there with a whole bunch of HP boosts, and the I think there's a swiftness up there, so yeah, I want to make sure that I get that for him. And Ash has a lot of stuff to get as well, as far as passive boosts on the White Mage. And I think there's still some more we have to get on the Machinist side. So we're traveling through this cool dungeon. These corrals, they'll sometimes use have shell on them, but they're not super dangerous. Maybe ones we'll encounter later will be dangerous. Corrals, if you recall from other Final Fantasy games, especially like Final Fantasy IV, they're kind of known for using this ability called Blaster, which can result in either like instant petrification or instant death. And it's really nasty. But these guys don't seem to be doing that, so I'm okay with that. So we're just going to wander around here. And, ooh, another new enemy. Gargoyle. They're weak to ice. And we get demon eyeballs for stealing from them. You know, we found the Fire spell. We're really going to need the Blazara spell. I wonder how good that's going to end up being instead of those things cause slow as well. You know, I should almost set up a gambit, get some more gambit slots, and set up a gambit to say if an ally has slow on, use a Chronos tier. I think I eventually do that, but eventually might be like 20 or 30 parts from now. But yeah, that would be a useful thing to have. That seems to be like the one status that's been plaguing me since we started going to the Osman Plains. And now it's happening here too. We cast fire, didn't we? Let's use arrow, because I want to get that Malboro going before it uses something nasty. Thank you. I swear, I think arrow was doing better. I mean, ignoring the fact it was hitting multiple enemies, I think the arrow was doing better than Blizzard was against those demon guys. But yet they have an ice weakness. Yeah, go figure. Alright, so I'm just kind of exploring through this jungle path. Oh, another new enemy. That is a treant. Treant? It's treant. That's what I'm calling it. So it seems to be one of those docile enemies that won't attack us until we attack it. But, yeah, we'll steal from it. Penello's arrow does quite a hefty amount of damage, but those guys have a ton of HP. And if we come down here, well, this is nothing. Okay, let's go over here. Ooh, what's that? It's like a mystical barrier force field is what it looks like. And that's what it is.
What is it?
I just told you what it was.
The jungle denies us our passage.
I
What
don't
have we
think
done?
a jungle can do that.
We? No. I.
What's that mean? How are we supposed to get through that?
Jungles don't just
Making an
normally
appearance.
put up
Come
I
on,
am
I'm talking
force
over here.
fields.
I thought you'd left for good.
Hey,
Yeah, let's just
Our
ignore
choices are
our
few.
friends and walk away. We're gonna
friend.
come back down
Who's
here.
This is as much for you as it is me.
Oh?
You are ill at ease. The nether sight troubles you. You've let your eyes betray your heart.
Right.
And what does any of this actually mean? Is this just more cryptic mumbo jumbo to sound fancy?
What are you doing?
Soon you will learn.
Whoa! We opened up a secret passage.
Whoa.
We go to seek aid of the Viera who dwell ahead.
Oh, a Viera village. Neat.
I bet they'll be glad to see you after so long.
I am unwelcome, an unsought guest in their wood.
In their wood. You can't just say in their forest or in their jungle. In their wood just sounds grammatically incorrect. You can see there's still some places to explore. But, yeah, we'll go to the Viera forest thingy, where there's probably going to be a bunch of cutscenes, which will probably take up most of the rest of the time.
In the village ahead, you will find her, Nyearn. Bring her to me.
Why, so you
She
can
will
give her
know
another
why you call
vowel?
her.
Yeah, seriously, some of the names are so weird. Oh, Mughals just randomly followed us? Alright, I want to... Oh, yes, I would like to buy a map. I'll buy a map of the village. Hooray. Yeah, these were the Mughals we helped on the Leviathan. I wonder what would have happened if we didn't free them on the Leviathan. Like, would this shop not even be here? But we have a bunch of new stuff to get. Ooh, a Storm Spear for Lightning Elemental, new bows, new guns, Gaia Rod. Oh, Gaia Rod, that's actually an Earth Elemental thing that I'm sure Ash could equip. We've got new accessories too. Nullifies weather and terrain effects on elemental damage. I don't know what that means. Maybe it has to do with my rain dance theory from the Giza Plains raining and fire doing less damage. Well, oh, we got break. Oh, we've got Thundara here. That's nice. So yeah, we gotta sell some stuff so we can buy some stuff. That's very descriptive. So yeah, we're gonna sell everything here. I'm sure I'll do the equipping off-screen and licensing off-screen. I don't know, I might do it on screen. I don't know what Past Gameplay Me is going to do. Past Gameplay Me is just very excited right now about all of this stuff. Ooh, that was worth quite a bit. Human eyeballs, those not bad. Lumber, oh, that's worth quite a bit. Yeah, unfortunately, we only have one of them. New Bazaar Goods, oh great. Yeah, I can't keep up with these Bazaar Goods. Red cap and matching armor. Well, we'll go ahead and get that, because I think that's going to be a new armor for us. Was it? Yeah, that was a new armor, so that was a good buy there. So Vaughn no longer needs that stuff. And hey, there's the Mage's Habit, the armor that Fran's been wearing for, well, since we got out of the Barheem Passage oh so long ago. So yeah, we finally caught up to that. Asuna and Thundara for spells, I like that. There's so much stuff to get here. Oh, they have flame shields. I'm going to have to buy those too, in case I ever need to be protected against certain elements. Storm Staff, that is one of our pieces of equipment that will boost, well, that will boost lightning elemental damage. So that's going to go great with our Thundara spell that we just got. And I so am not going to have enough money to buy everything that I want to buy. That's very unfortunate. Probably because I bought one of those grimoires last time. I think it was at this point I kind of decided just to buy like every other armor upgrade, or it has to add at least +6 to their stat instead of +3. Or not. I don't know. I do that at some point. I don't know what point that is because, you know, I don't take good notes. But I do want to get more of at least the weapons. We'll get the weapons first. If we kill our enemies quicker, then we don't need as much defense, right? That's one way to look at things. So I was kind of looking for what can I sell. Yeah, that looks bad. I do want to keep at least 3 ice shields on hand. If I get into a battle against some enemy that's using a lot of ice attacks, like the Gill Snapper that I already beat, I could equip the ice shield and reduce damage from ice by half. So I want to keep the elemental resistant stuff on hand. Same with elemental damaging stuff. So like Bosch, I'm not going to get rid of his flame tongue even after I get, you know, something better. And we do have to get some licenses for this stuff. This might be one of the last times I show the whole process on screen, unless I'm just doing like 1 or 2 small things. Otherwise, it's just going to be, you know, I'll do it off screen and tell you what all I did. In fact, I think that is what I'm going to do, because I'm not planning on a boss right now. At least I don't think that... I think I do know what the next boss is. But this is still kind of familiar, kind of unfamiliar, foggy territory. Alright, and we have just kind of a really interesting looking village. It reminds me of the village in Final Fantasy IX. I don't remember the name of it, but it's kind of like a treetop type of village. Oh, what's this? What's a treasure? It's an ether. Okay. That's better than not getting an ether. If we are unwelcome in the wood, well then let us pass through the barrier that we need to pass through, and we'll just be on our way. Or I could stab you all in the face and make you let us pass. No, we're not really going to do that. This isn't the type of game where you can just kind of do whatever you want and attack whoever you want. Although I did try playing Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion, and I played it for a couple hours. In fact, I was even recording it, and it was just, there's way too many things going on for me, way too open world, way too, it was just way too much to take in for me. I like games that are a bit more linear, or just games like Final Fantasy XII here that, you know, it looks big and open. Yeah, you can go and explore it, but you're exploring, you know, this little area, kind of like, reminds me a little bit of the exploration in Super Metroid. Like, okay, this ability lets you get farther here, and it gets you this new area you can explore this other area, but, you know, you can't quite just instantly go everywhere you want in the game. And so that I'm kind of okay. There's still linear progression. Like, we couldn't have come to the Golmor jungle sooner than what we really did. Well, I mean, technically we could have come here a couple parts ago, but we couldn't have come here like when we were like before we even went to the palace and got that one treasure shard. And before we first even met up with Balthier, we couldn't come here. That's what I'm trying to say. And I appreciate that. And Final Fantasy XII still gives us some things to do that are side quests, like the hunts. I think the hunts are a great side quest. Like, I'm happy with just having that as a side quest and ignoring like any other fetch quests that people have, or hey, go talk to someone else. Oh, we found cutscenes. But yeah, a game like Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, that's just, it's way too much for me.
Hey, Mirren lives here,
And
doesn't
it's just
she?
not my type
We're
of
here
game.
to see her.
Well, if you don't want to say anything, we can just stab you in the face until you do.
At once.
No. How about that?
It is not allowed for humans to walk on these grounds.
So you let us get
We'll
all
go
the way
as soon
through
as
your
we see
town
Mirren.
before telling
you
us
can
we're not
find
allowed to
her.
walk through here?
We're not leaving until you let us see her. Fine then. We'll look for her ourselves.
Ah,
Oh, Fran, you did decide to
I've
join
heard the
us.
voice of the wood. She says Mirren is not in the village. Jote, where has she gone?
why do you ask? The wood tells us where she has gone. Or can you not hear her?
And didn't you just hear Fran say that she heard from the wood that...
You cannot.
Okay, this doesn't make sense. So she heard from
Your
the wood
ears
that
are
Mirren
dull
isn't
from
here,
hearing their
but
harsh
can't hear
speech, I
from the
think.
wood where Mirren is?
Viera who have abandoned the wood are Viera no longer.
All within like 20 seconds. This
Mirren too
doesn't...
has left her embrace.
And you forsake them in turn?
It is the will of the village. Viera must live always with the wood.
Okay, if all these
So is the
tree
clean
huggers
word,
aren't making
and
sense,
so
don't
is our
worry
law.
too much about it.
We'll let you worry about keeping your laws.
Yes, thank you, Vaughn.
Just do us a favor and stay out of our way. We'll find her ourselves.
Yep, that's what we'll do. We'll go find Mirren ourselves. Oh. She's talking to the wood, I guess. I guess that's how they do it.
Our sister has left the wood and gone west. She wanders warrens among men who hide themselves in clothes of cold iron. Thus to me has the wood spoken.
The Viera may begin as part of the wood, but the wood is not the only end we may choose.
The wood.
The same
the
words
wood,
I heard
the
50
wood.
years ago.
Yeah, so weird. Why is it so bad if Vera want to do something other than live in this treetop village for their entire life? Which is apparently very, very long. I don't know. This isn't a question that's ever really going to get answered, I don't think. Maybe if we talk to the townspeople more, but quite frankly, it's not part of the main plot, so I'm not super concerned. And I don't think they really tell us that much that would be interesting anyways. At least nothing that's going to change my outlook on anything. Hey, another cutscene.
Not bad, Vaughn. Didn't think we'd get any information out of that one. So then, what was she saying about men in a warren?
The Henna-Magicite mines. Maybe that's what she meant. They lie in Bangkor, south of the Osmoan Plain. The entire region is a colony of the Arcadian Empire. There would be soldiers.
Is that a problem? Let's move.
This sounds like the place that the soldiers wouldn't let us go to before.
Yes?
Well, now we're gonna go there.
I was wondering what Yote said, you know? About how you said the same thing 50 years ago?
Your point?
How old were you again?
Really, Vaughn?
Nice fun.
Surprisingly rude.
Try to grow up, please.
Yeah, how dare you ask someone their age? Or how dare you try to learn something from a different race and culture of people. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to explore the rest of that jungle off-screen, and spoiler alert, we're not going to be able to get anywhere else through there yet, so there's not going to be really anything that's noteworthy. So until then, I'll see you guys next time. Oh, yes, yeah. Thanks for summarizing that, Fran.